Hello once again. Now I'm going to talk about language descriptions. Let's get started. Any ESP course makes use of explicit or implicit ideas about the nature of language. Language can be described by many ways. The ESP teacher needs to recognize that the various approaches are different ways of looking at the same thing. Let's take these one by one. First of all, classical or traditional grammar. Description of English and other languages were based on classical languages grammar, Greek and Latin. They were based on analyzing each word in the sentence. Though English had become a word order-based language, the concepts of cases are still the basis of any language. 2. Structural linguistics. The structural description of languages has had a great influence on most language teachers since the Second World War. The grammar of the language structurally described is based on syntagmatic structures. That is to say, by varying the words within the structural frameworks, sentences with different meanings can be generated. This way of linguistic analysis led in ELT, English language teaching, for example, to the development of the substitution table as a symbolic means of explaining grammatical patterns. Another application of structural linguistics was the structural syllabus. It is the most enduring and very powerful means of selecting and sequencing language items. The idea here is to generate infinite number of novel utterances by giving learners a finite range of structures. 3. Transformational generative grammar. The grammar of a language, according to Noam Chomsky, is not the surface structures from the deep level meaning. But for ESP, the distinction between performance and competence is still valid, though it was narrowly based. Language variation and register analysis. The concept of language variation gave rise to the type of ESP which was based on register analysis. The language varies according to context. However, register cannot be used as a main basis for selection. 5. Functional notional grammar. Another major work that has influenced ESP has concentrated on functions and notions. The functional notional-based syllabus appeared in the 1970s as an attempt from the Council of Europe to establish some kind of equivalence in the syllabuses for learning various languages. This equivalence was never easy to establish on formal grounds, as the language's formal structures show a great amount of variation. However, on functional notional syllabuses, some equivalence can be achieved since notions and functions do not vary across languages. Functions are related to the human's intentions, speakers or writers, such as describing, advising, explaining, etc. Notions refer to the categories into which the mind and thereby language divides reality, for example, time, frequency, duration, gender, number, location, quantity, quality, etc. Thank you, Dr. Melika Kuti.